think me and Darren over there looking through his stuff that we couldn't put on. And thank you. And we noticed his hangers had his name on them. The only designer out of everyone that was there. They clearly said welcome to Alexander because he didn't want to take his, hanger.
Right, I'm very territorial.
You better bring them back.
That stuff costs money, so I label everything with M. Alexander. I mean, that's my brand, that's who I am, and I believe I'm branded from the start.
So tell them though, so you got in contact with Maryland Fashion Week when?
I got in contact with them, I want to say late summer, so I want to say it's probably early summer, so probably like June I got in touch with them.
And how many pieces did you put together?
I put together a total of 15 pieces, but you have to take into account, like it's not just the final, I had to do test runs of them, I had to figure out shapes, sizes, and everything, and how things are going to fall, so.
He did all of that. He sewed it, he cut it, he drew it,
right.
He did all of that. So let's rewind though. Let's talk about how you got into fashion. What was your inspiration? You don't have to be as detailed as you were with me. Because I think it's a cute story.
Right. It's an embarrassing story. It's an embarrassing story. But I mean, if it will help somebody, I don't mind embarrassing myself because it's all true. It's going to come out one way or the other. I got started so brace yourself. I got started probably like around the age of 7 or 8. The way I actually got started is that my cousin, my cousin Crystal, she had Barbie dolls, and I was just like, oh, she always would play dress ups. And one thing about being an older cousin is that you always got to do what the younger one wants to do. So I had no say. If she wanted to play house, I had to play house. Yeah. So basically, I just got really fascinated with the costume changes and stuff like that, to the point where I ended up taking some of her Barbie dolls and designing clothes for them myself. Then, probably like a year or something later, my mom found them underneath my bed because, I was very secretive. It's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this, blah, blah. My mom found them, and she's like, what's this? We had a big conversation. She's like, if this is what you want to do, you better do it. Don't be ashamed of it. And that day, she took me to the toy store, Toys R Us, walked in the door, and she's like, go get some Barbies. Playing out loud, I'm sitting there, 9 years old at this point, like, Mom, you just took me to the toy store and told me to get Barbies. But, I mean, ever since that day, she's been my #1 supporter, and I mean, she's always at every single show I do, and she always pushes me to do the best I can and not to, like, fear what anybody thinks, just to do what I want to do and be happy about it.
So, shout out to Malcolm's mom. We all love you and wish we had someone like you in our corner.
Right.
So, when we adopt you, don't be afraid. So, but then, how did you go on? Let's talk about your schooling. So, and then we're going to talk about what you really do and how it's completely opposite of fashion.
Right. Well, I mean, I graduated from high school in 2006, and then I got a full ride scholarship to
he's a baby.
Casanova College. And I went up there, full ride, 26 black people on campus, the rest white. A total different experience. My mom didn't want to leave me, nothing like that. Anyway, I stayed there for 2 years, and then I realized, like, I wasn't given 100%, but I was still at the top of my class. Everybody knew me, I was the best at the school. And I made the decision in 2008, I was like, either I'm gonna stay here and just coast by and not really challenge myself, or I'm gonna transfer schools, pay out of pocket, but get that competition that I'm looking for. And that's what I ended up doing. In 2008, I transferred to Savannah College of Art and Design and didn't get a full ride there. Definitely had to pay money out of pocket, but I got experience and exposure and talent and education.
Let's talk about your education. So what was it like at Savannah College?
It was work. That's exactly what it is. I always tell people, if you're looking for the typical college experience, Savannah College of Art and Design is not for you. When you go in there, you get graded on how you dress, you get graded on how you talk. I mean, everything comes into play because they're teaching you how to be longevity in fashion career. I had nights where I'm sleeping underneath the table. I had pillows and stuff in my car, especially senior collection. You don't go home, you sleep there. You probably stay up for 48 hours straight because it's really that intense. You have a critique on Monday, they want it done by Tuesday afternoon. And you gotta remember, you're still taking 5 other classes.
I was gonna ask you, how many classes are you taking?
They don't see it that way. It's like, this is your career, this is what you do. But you gotta learn how to manage it all.
You went to design school, you graduated, so now what do?
Now, funny story, I work for the government. I am a benefits and retirement specialist, and that's what it is. It pays the bills for me to do what I want to do.
And what else do you do for fun?
For fun, believe it or not, I'm probably the only person in the world, but I have a part-time job in retail for fun, not for the money, and I just work once a week. And the reason why I do that, I just want to get out the house. I just want to like meet new people. I just want to like talk to random strangers because that's how I get inspired. Just to like view people and stuff like that. And what better way to view people than in a retail? Because you're supposed to look at people. So, I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But it's just for fun. It's definitely a hobby. Nobody understands it but me.
Yeah, only you can wrap your mind around that. I'm going to go to work for fun.
Right.
But I don't have to. Mind you, you're also, you know, a grad student, and you're working on a new line.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about the new line.
February 2013.
My
you're gonna
birthday
be getting,
by the way.
getting a new collection from me. My fall/winter 2014 collection will be rolling out. I'm actually going to do my own personal show within the DC area, so you guys will definitely be invited to that. You got some leaked media that's going to be coming out in late December, so definitely look out for that on the Facebook page or anything like that. M. Alexander.
Let's talk about your collection. Let's talk about your inspirations. Where do you find them? Where do you draw your color schemes and all of that from?
Well, inspiration for me always came from a period and also a sculpture piece or artistic piece. Going to a school where they really enforce education in the history of fashion, the history of art and stuff like that. I always get inspired by sculpture. Like my spring-summer collection was inspired by Richard Serre's Tilted Art. But this collection coming up is going to be inspired by the Art Deco period mixed with the Baroque period. I'm all about mixing two periods together.
Let's talk like everyone doesn't know what you're talking about.
Okay, all right.
Let's use descriptive words.
Right. I'm sorry, you know, when you've been in there so long, it just comes like second nature.
Everyone's not into it like
right.
We have some listeners probably like, he said what? With
right.
who?
Well, the Art Deco period is like starts in like the 1920s. So you have like the flapper dresses. You have like very like ornate garments and stuff like that. Very soft materials mixed with like hard pieces. So one thing I'm really taking from the Art Deco period is the graphic prints that they have. So that's one thing you will definitely see is very interesting prints combined together in an interesting way.
Like the pictures that are on your Instagram.
Right. I'm all about prints, colors, and shapes. So that's one thing you look forward to. And then the Baroque period is all very ornate. It's very like embellished. It has a lot of patterns and a lot of jewelry on it. So you'll definitely see that.
Okay, well, tell them how they can find you on Instagram so they can see, you know, your kind of style, the fabrics that you like to take pictures of and, you know, shows what you like. You can definitely find me at Instagram and also on Twitter at _M_Alexander. And Facebook? Facebook is M. Alexander. But one good thing to know is that if you don't remember anything I say, just go on my website, www.themalexander.com. Go to my contact page. It has all my contact information right there. You're so good at that. So tell me about your personal style. What do you like every day? What's your everyday if you're not going to the government job? Right. let me clarify that. Not the government job, but when you get up like on a Saturday to go to somewhere around. I mean, it really changes. It just really depends on how I feel. I dress on how I feel for the day. You could catch me in What's your sign?
I'm a Virgo.
Right.
So I mean, you can catch me from anywhere from like a slim fit suit with everything fitted with the matching socks and like different shoes and stuff like that, to me just wearing a fitted cap and some sweats. It all depends on like how I feel that day, and I just believe that's what style is. You should never confine yourself to a box. You should always be willing to experiment, try new stuff, because the worst thing that will happen is just like, oh, you don't like it, just don't put it back on. That's true. That's why they have fit rooms in the department stores. Try before you buy. Right. So, but what would you like to see women in? Like, what would you like to see your lady in the everyday? Not a work outfit, right? Just the everyday y'all going out to hang. I know me personally, I love a female who is not too salacious. I don't like a girl who's too over the top with herself. I like a girl who can keep it sexy but still keep it classy at the same time. So classy to me could be anywhere from like some trousers that fit nicely in the back but doesn't have to hug your whole leg all tight. Fit nicely in the back. Didn't we? But it doesn't have to hug your whole calf muscle all the way down and everything like that where you can't even walk. And you know, I think the sexiest part on a woman for me is just her back. If you notice, like in my Maryland Fashion Week collection and my New York Fashion Week collection, the back was always like a very interesting point to me because I think just the structure of the back and like the bones and like the shoulder blades and everything like that and how it transfers over to the front is very sexy. And it just basically lets the female hold her head high. Say it again. Just let a female hold her head high. Thank you very much. And what about males? Like, because today the guys have on everything from skinny jeans showing their boxers to baggy pants that they clearly should not have bought. So, Personally, I don't understand the whole showing your boxes but still wearing the belt thing. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I think if you're gonna wear a belt, pull your pants up. If you're not, then just wear your boxes. I mean, pick one or the other. Skinny jeans, I'm not against it. I like skinny jeans, but if your jeans are so skinny that you can't sit down or you gotta like kind of wobble into them.
They stop like mid-thigh.
Don't put them on. Get a size bigger or 2 sizes bigger. I mean, you just gotta do what's best for you. But honestly, if you're really trying to go somewhere in this career or go somewhere in this business that's not really dominated by black men or males, and well, it is dominated by males in general, but just black men in general, you have a lot of stuff against you. So your appearance is the first thing that everybody judges in this arena and also in other arenas. So depending on what you want to do in your life, if you're fine just working a 9 to 5 at McDonald's, and you can wear whatever you want to wear. But if you're really trying to go somewhere, then definitely try to step your game up and really present yourself to the world how you want to.
So where's in Alexander, the brand, headed? What is your vision?
Basically, I'm about to become a fashion house. Like, that's my main goal for this. Everything takes steps. I mean, I already did my women's wear line. I've done that for a couple years. And actually, in February, you guys will actually see some menswear pieces for the very first time. So that was definitely something that I'm very excited about. Further down the line, you're going to see stuff such as, like, fragrances. You're going to see accessories. You're going to see shoes. So, I mean, we're definitely got, like, a good track plan ahead.